Hey there, thank you for joining in. Today I'm feeling really privileged to be one of the first, if not the first, to show you the new portable DPOX180H digital phosphor oscilloscope. Yes, you heard me right. I'm really excited to review this device because I think, and let's see if the announced technical details are in fact real, and we will check that out in a few minutes. So again, I think that this handheld oscilloscope can be the competition killer and one of the oscilloscopes of the year in this portable oscilloscope category. We are talking about a dual-channel digital phosphor oscilloscope with 180 MHz bandwidth at -3 dB and a function generator, and all of this for around 130 euros or $145. Yeah. Starting by the digital phosphor oscilloscope, or DPO, that alone will make it stand out of the rest of the competition, but with the function generator and the DPO technology at this price is a unique offer right now in the market. Now the usual disclaimer, I received this oscilloscope directly from FNIRSI, free of charge for this review, but FNIRSI didn't pay me any value for making this review. That said, the good people of FNIRSI always had a good cooperation with the channel, and once more, I want to thank them for sending this unit for review. It's really appreciated, and also appreciated is all the support that you give to the channel by using the affiliate links in the description of the video or the affiliate access links in the screen before making your purchases on AliExpress or Amazon. You pay the same, but sponsor the channel with this small action. Thank you all for the help. Without further ado, let's see the features, highlights, and briefly after, rip the plastic off this box and starting testing this bad boy. Let's do this. Okay, so we have here the box. Let's start by ripping this off. I'm really excited to see what we have in here. Okay, take the plastic off. Yeah. So this is a big box. I was not expecting to be to have so much height. Normal packaging from FNIRSI right now. We have 180 MHz analog bandwidth, 500 megasamples per second. It's the real-time sampling rate, 5 millivolts high sensitive, and anti-burning, high voltage anti-burning protection, they say. We have a lot of, yeah, let's see what we have here. We have a lot of parameters in the back, 2 channels, yeah, a lot of stuff. But we will see everything in the video. Waveform output, zoom, XY mode, roll mode, temperature display, color temperature display. And this is pretty cool. That's why we have the phosphor in this device. Well, no, not really, but it's one of the things that we are able to do with the phosphor. So let's open this. Okay, in the box we have the usual USB type, yeah, this is, yeah, type C. This is the purple cable. So we have 2 sets of probes, and those probes, I was about to say that they were the 16100, but it shouldn't be. This is 200 megahertz. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, 200 megahertz probes. Nice. We have the user manual, and what happened? This seems a little bit like the old user manuals from FNIRSI. Come on guys, you are better than this. What happened to your user manual? Okay, this is going back a little. We still have color image, but this is too dense. What happened, really? You can do better. And we have one charger. What is this? Two chargers. We have also the American format charger and the European one. So you guys have two chargers in this. And yeah, let's take this out. Okay. And let's open this bad boy. Okay, in first impressions, we have this cover all around the oscilloscope, and this is anti-slipping cover. Yeah, it will not allow you to slip. I have to push it a bit so it will slide in the table. This is just for decoration, or maybe to make this steady. We have rubber buttons, pretty easy to use. Yeah, they are small, but yeah, it will allow you to press without pressing any other button on the sides. On the top we have two channels, and what else? Yeah, channel 1 and channel 2. I think this is like this. And we have the USB connector in the middle, and I think this is the ground. We have the ground there, the heart symbol, and the output. On the bottom we don't have anything. Yeah, we have this holder. Yeah, it seems kind of weak, but yeah, it will do the purpose. It's to make it stand like this. Yeah, and the display. Okay, that's it. Let's power this on and see if we have battery to continue with the testing. Okay, so let's power this on. Nice. Let's take this out. Well, I have to say that the image in this device is awesome. It's really good. We still have some glue here. I will clean this up after. Okay, so I already screwed up here my finishing. I tried to remove this from the screen. I don't know why it's not coming out. I think it's something there. It has a little... Well, I will not do anything before damaging anymore. So with alcohol this come out. But anyway, let's start by teaching you how to select the language on the device, because mine came in Russian and I have to go to my connections in FNIRSI to find out how to change that. So just press the power button and move simultaneously, yeah, like this. And you have 4 languages. The last one is Portuguese, and the first one is English. The second one, I believe, is Chinese and Russian. So we will select the first one, just say OK here, and we have this in English. So thank God it's solved. Okay, so let me show you what we have in here. This will be a quick recap of the keys. So let's start by the keyboard. We have the save picture and the save waveform. The mode is used to change the velocity. As you can see, this is speeding up quite fast. If you change to slow, it will go slower. This is something that the FNIRSI devices have. That is pretty cool, because sometimes this can take a lot of time to do. So you can change here slow movement or fast movement. Moving on to the next one, we have origin. That's origin, I think. It will center everything on the screen. Let me take, this is the second channel. No, this is the first channel. And let me just show you the mod the mode or OK button, it will change the channel that you are working on. So right now I will change to channel 2. Already showed you the mode is modification of the channel 1 or channel 2, and OK to complete. This has two functions, this button, and the OK is the confirmation, and I will show you in the menus how to use it. Also, you have the stop. Right now it activates the stop, and also has the function of return while using the menus. You have the menu, the auto. Oh, yeah, it's doing it takes a little while to do because we don't have any cables connected. Obviously, we have the menu, the direction keys. In the bottom, we have the measure button that will activate the values that will appear on the screen. Right now, we have VPP and frequency for channel 1. For channel 2, we just have frequency activated. On the left, we have vertical increase and vertical decrease. So you change here the values, as you can see on the screen. On the right of that, you have the minus horizontal and plus horizontal. So you have here the time division changing. Channel 1 or channel 2. Okay. You will have here the options for channel 1 or channel 2. These keys are basically shortcuts for something that you can also do by entering the menu. I'm talking about the menu measurement. Channel 1, channel 2, I think generator and trigger are all shortcuts. As you can see the properties there. You have also the generator. You can activate it here, and the zoom in this key. On the right, you have the trigger increase and trigger decrease. As you can see, you have here the trigger cursor, and you can change it by pressing these keys. Also, the move will slow down the trigger again. You have a shortcut for the trigger, as I said before. It will go directly to the trigger options in the menu, and if you press it, it will take it off. And you have the 50% button that will center the trigger on the screen. Let me show you. I will move the trigger out of the signal, press the 50%, and it will go directly to the 50% on the signal on the screen. Okay, and in terms of menu, that's it. We have here the amplitude for channel 1, amplitude for channel 2. We have here the rising and falling slope. Right now the trigger is on channel 1. These are values that you can select on the menu. We will go there in a bit, but we already passed here in the measure values. And we have on the top the run or stop, the horizontal or time division, and which channel right now we are working in. You can change it like this. Obviously, this in the end of the screen is the battery charge. So pretty easy to use. Let's open the menu and see what we have in here. We have several menus. This is a very nice screen with very nice menus, and on those menus we have first the function settings. For that option, we have the waveform brightness, the color temperature on or off, and this is pretty cool to see. XY modes also on or off, and auto bandwidth limit. Right now it's off. Baseline calibration and system calibration. Moving on, in the system settings, we have the background grid display, transparent menus, save current configuration, USB sharing mode. This is to connect to the PC, automatic shutdown, factory settings, and disk formatting. I don't think that we have anything more in here. We have the cursors option in here. You have cursors in this oscilloscope. The parent measure, it's the shortcut for this one, as you can see. Also, you have the data browser. Oops, let me take this. You have the data browser, picture browser, waveform browser, and capture browser. that allow you to see what was captured with the save picture and save waveform. And this seems to be something, they say, cut out a part or all part of the current waveform signal and save it as output to the signal generator. I don't know if this is something like a AWG, an arbitrary waveform generator. If we can create waveforms, so let's see more ahead in the review. We have the channel 1 options: enable, disable, the probe attenuation, the coupling mode, FFT display, and hard bandwidth limits. Okay, for the channel 2, the same options. And finally, we have the trigger options. Let me say again, you have these keys like measure, trigger, channel 1, channel 2, that are just shortcuts for this. Okay, as you can see, it will activate directly in there. One of the things that I still have to talk, pretty easy. If you want to change an option, the mod OK, right now it's using the OK, you select with OK, and you have auto signal normal in this case. If you don't want to do anything, you have here the stop or return. You will use this as return in this menu, and you will go back. And in terms of menu, that's it. The whole operation, it's explained right now. The options, yeah, I will not enter in every option that we have, but I will analyze in the video the color temperature, the XI mode, and also the FFT. So for this little guy, we have a lot of functions. I have my system already set up. As you can see, I have here 2 sine waves, each with 1 megahertz, and I synced channel 1 and channel 2, so I don't have to be changing to apply changes on both. On the screen you can see that the waves are fairly well drawn, very well processed. The image of the screen is spectacular, pretty nice. Let's start by testing 1 megahertz in the screen, and let's take this to 10 megahertz. Okay, auto. So 10 megahertz, it's pretty nice. Let's see a 10 megahertz square wave. Okay, let's put also in the screen on channel 2. And as you can see, okay, for square waves, they are not bad. As you know, square waves tend to get rounded when the frequency is too high. Right now I have a 3 megahertz square wave. Let's see how it handles. Yeah, much better. Very stable. As you can see the signal, you can see here the bandwidth, you can see here the frequency and the VPP of channel 1, and we have here the frequency of channel 2. So pretty nice. Let's move this to a 3 megahertz ramp. Very nice. Also, let's make the same on channel 2. Yeah. Let me increase the bandwidth. The maximum of my function generator is 3 megahertz in with a 5 volts VPP for ramp. Okay, so let's try the duty cycle, also on the second channel. Yeah, let's try this one, and for that let's change the T-cycle. In the T-cycle I can only change in one channel, I cannot sync both, but even so it seems pretty cool. Let's see what else we have here. I think that we have noise. Okay, and for last we have harmonics. I don't know why it's not changing also here in harmonics. Let's see how it shows. Yeah, okay, also good, very nice. We can take this up to 10 megahertz. Yeah, the maximum in harmonics is 50 megahertz. Let's see in both channels. Yeah, with 50 they are starting to show some problems. Let's disconnect channel 2. Okay, and do it auto. Yeah, it will handle better because the sampling rate will be better in one channel. So this is a 50 megahertz harmonic. Okay, but now let me show the arbitrary waveform. And for that, let's do auto. We have to decrease or increase the time. Okay. And we are almost there. Let me just change the trigger. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So pretty happy with this. As you can see, it is very well drawn, the signal. Yeah, this is awesome. This is an awesome device. So let's move on and test the bandwidth. To test the bandwidth, I have a problem. My function generator only goes up to 100 megahertz, so let's take it to 100 megahertz and see how it handles. There's the fact that this oscilloscope is 180 megahertz, but I don't have equipment to test it up to that point. So I'm sorry for that, but that's the reality. So let me start with a sine wave of 25 megahertz. I will not even try lower frequencies. Let's start with 25 megahertz. Okay, and let me also set the amplitudes of 1 volt VPP. Okay, and why do I set the 1 volt VPP? It's because if you have here under 700 or 707, 714 millivolts on VPP while increasing the frequency, it means that the minus 3 dB or the real frequency, it's below what is announced. I don't think so. Right now we have 25 megahertz and no change in VPPs. So let's pump this up to 50 megahertz. Okay. In 50 megahertz, it continues to look pretty well. Okay. We have 5 nanoseconds time division, and we are right now with a signal of 50 megahertz, pretty stable. As you can see here, the frequency, and it still is at 976, so pretty far off the 700 millivolts limit. Okay, so 75 megahertz, and I'm pretty sure this will handle it well. Okay, let's do an auto just to make sure. In 75 megahertz we start to see some flicker, nothing special, and we still have, in terms of VPP, the signal over 890. So okay, still good. And I will push this to the limit of my function generator. Okay, I have to set the frequency in 100 megahertz. Let me do just auto. In terms of the signal, it's stable, pretty stable to be honest. We still have a VPP of 1 volt point 11, so it's even over. I don't know really why it's over the 1 volt VPP, and at what 100 megahertz. This is the limit. I cannot test over this. Right now, all I can say is that at this bandwidth, it handles really well the signal. So pretty happy with this. I wish I have the equipment to test it over. I already bought some crystals to see if I can make a board that can test devices up to 350 megahertz, but it's not ready yet. I don't have the time yet to make that happen. So that's the reality right now. Let's move on. Okay, right now I will show you the measurements. For that, you just press menu, come here to parameter measure, and press OK. You have to select which channel you want to select the measurements. And let's try it with channel 1. I want Vmax and voltage average, also RMS. We have VPP frequency, and I think that's it for now. Let's press return, or menu to take it out of the menu. And right now you have on the bottom a bunch of measurements. I will try to activate all of them to see what happens. Let's take it like this. Okay, let's activate all of this. Yeah, I feel pretty lucky today. Okay, for channel 1 we will activate everything and see if the screen gets filled with everything. Okay, let's go nuts. Let's do the same to channel 2. Okay, and see what happens in terms of measurements. Yeah, that's it. Menu. Whoa. Okay, it works, but it completely blocks the view of other things. So let's activate channel 2, and for that, yeah, that's it. And auto. Okay, we have both channels. We can see the signal in the screen, but to be honest, we cannot see anything from channel 2 almost. Even so, you have the chance to activate everything that you want. Whatever values you want to put on the screen, it is possible from the 14, I think it's 14 available. So let's take this out, because this is a lot of information on the screen. Okay, and for this I just want to keep the normal frequency, and yeah, I will keep the RMS, the VPP, and the frequency. Okay, the rest will jump out. Oops, RMS, it's not here. Okay, it is not activating RMS. What the hell? I think I found a bug. Let's see it again. Okay. Okay, and again, RMS. It's not activating, I don't know why. Okay, let's see what happens in here. Take everything out of channel 2. Okay, it takes a bit. Whoops. I have to have one value from channel 2. What the hell is going on here? I cannot deactivate also this one. Let's do auto. What the hell? Right now I have all these values on the screen. I think I found a bug in here. Yeah, so let's try to deactivate this one. I cannot take it off. What the hell? So, okay, I cannot activate anything and cannot deactivate anything. Let's do the restart of the system. Okay, so right now we have everything as it's supposed to be, I think. Yeah, frequency and VPP. Yeah. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it has some malfunction here. Okay, but even so, as you saw, you can activate the system. I will report this incident, this malfunction to FNIRSI to see if they correct it and launch a firmware update to correct this. So in terms of measurements, I think it's covered. I want to show you something very cool. As you know, this is a Phosphor oscilloscope, and you can see that we can do stuff like that with a pretty good image and stuff like this. And even if we diminish here the time division, yeah, like this. So let me just set the trigger. Okay, we can see here the color temperature. So this is a pretty nice representation, but let me show you something even more awesome. Let's take this to this configuration and activate here the color temperature. Okay, and look at this, man. Look at this. really cool. You have here the color temperature passages, degradé. And let me see if I can, in channel 2, somehow diminish the frequency to show the hearts. I don't think I will be able, but let's try. Yeah. So as you can see, this is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. We can even do a stop. Yeah. And we have the color temperature in the representation. As far as I know, and I'm telling you this because I don't know every equipment out there, but as far as I know, this is the only equipment in this price range of 130 euros, 100, I don't know, $150, something like that, that is able to do this. And also that is Phosphor. I think for the price you have here something really unique. So we already saw these features. Let's see what else I can show you. Taking advantage that the color temperature is still on, I will show you now another cool feature of this device that many oscilloscopes have, not only this one obviously. So let's activate here the XY modes. Okay, so in the XY modes we have already a figure in the screen. Let me bring it up to the center like this, maybe, yeah. Change, yeah, like this. So right now it takes the entire screen almost, and we will crack it up a bit. Let's start spinning like this. It's too fast, like something like this. Yeah, and we have the color temperature in there. So the rendering, it's pretty cool, it's pretty fast, and it doesn't flicker too much. As you can see, if we speed up a little, the render, it's pretty good. I can even do something like this. Let's just, yeah, something like this. So let's put this again in the same velocity that it was before and add something to the graphic. Okay, again something, yeah, this is nice. I love this kind of figures that the oscilloscope renders. Yeah, so nice. Okay, and we can continuing adding variations to the design until you have it something really weird. But as you can see, it handles pretty well the XY mode. Pretty happy with this. To show you this next feature, I already connected this cable to my PC sound card. So right now I'm gonna go here to channel 1, and in here in this position you have the FFT. Just press OK and it's on. As you can see on the screen, we have now a red line, and I will start some music on my PC, yeah, and you can see here on the left side the FFT. This is a simple FFT. You cannot specify which type of FFT you will have, if it is rectangle or anything else, but yeah, at least you have this function here on the screen. I will increase the amplitude so you can see it better. Yeah, so right now there is music playing on the PC, and I'm showing you here how the wave looks like. Yeah, and basically this is it. It's another feature that this device has. Normally I don't know many of the oscilloscopes in this range that has this feature. Maybe I need to review a few more, but yeah, it's pretty cool to have it. And you can have it on both channels. Right now I don't have the second channel on. Let me turn it on and activate also. So this feature is per channel, and on the second channel you will have here a small line. Let me do an auto. Yeah, because the second channel, it's not active yet. Yeah, and you have on the bottom a blue line that it's not visible with the FFT also. Let me just change this. Yeah, and this blue line, it's much more visible than the red line, as you can see in here. Yeah, let me, here it is on the bottom. Okay, and this is the FFT feature. We are reaching the end, but this next feature is also pretty cool, and I have to say that the way they set the buttons and everything else, it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy to use. So what I'm going to show you now is the cursors function. For that, you have to come to the menu and select cursors and activate the horizontal and vertical cursors. I will activate both so I can show you both at the same time. When you activate the cursors, this packed green line will appear on the screen, and using the cursors, these arrows in the keyboard, you can use it to position the cursors, the vertical cursor and the horizontal cursor, where you want. Again, if you press move, it will activate the slow movement. That will be better to more precisely put the cursor where you want. You have two sets of cursors. Obviously, you have the vertical and the horizontal, and for each set you have two lines, in the vertical the right and left, top and down in horizontal. To change the cursor between the point of selection, you just press auto. Okay, and right now we are changing to select, let's move this faster. Okay, to select the bottom line and also the right line, the vertical right. And as you can see on the screen, you have the times and the deltas between both and everything else. So another function in this cool oscilloscope, and it works pretty well. And that's something that I must say, that the way they sought the operation in this oscilloscope, it's pretty easy to use. And normally in portable oscilloscopes you have a lot of issues while working with the keypad and everything else. So that's something that I want to point out. So pretty easy, you just press auto and you can change the corner of selection. Yeah, okay. While I have the cursors on the screen, I will show you another function, and I'm talking about the zoom. But before zooming, let's put the signal here, more condensed, okay, wider time range, and now we will zoom it in here. As you can see, you have this window with the time, with the range selected and zoomed in the screen, and you can even use the cursors as you were using before. You can change the cursors just by pressing. You have here channel 1, channel 2 and channel R, that is the channel for moving the cursors. And I forgot to mention that in the part I talked about the cursors. You have a channel R, that is, when selected, will allow you to move the cursors. And you can even move the cursors along the zoom window. So this is pretty neat, and you can of course change, for example, channel 1 and channel 2. And basically this is it. I don't know if we can we can also change the time base that you are seeing in the screen, just moving the horizontal line, and of course you can change also the amplitude of each channel. To change the channel, don't forget, you have to press the mod and you are able to change the properties of each channel. Okay, that's it in terms of zoom. So for this next feature of the oscilloscope, I will need the help of my Mixig to show me the output. Right now what I want to show you is the function generator. You have a button also in the bottom that you can press to activate a function generator. He's outputting 1 kilohertz square wave right now, and for changing that you just move the signal to the right or to the left, and like this I believe that you can select one of the 14 waveform kinds available. So as you can see here in the mixing, it's pretty fast to update, and you have very nice signal definition on the generated waveforms. Okay, a lot of them. I think this even has one function that is something like the custom. Yeah, here it is. It's the custom waveform, and that one, it's yeah, this is not an arbitrary waveform generator, but I believe that you can copy something from the output or from the input to the output that of the signal generator, function generator. So yeah, I think that we already covered all the available waveforms. So let's put this in a square wave, and to change the cursor for the different options you just press here on OK. Right now we are able to change the duty cycle, okay, and again, and you are able to edit the frequency by choosing which digit you want to change, and to change the values is just up and down. So it is really pretty easy to use and pretty intuitive also. And yeah, let me do an auto here, and you have a 20 megahertz function generator. Well, not everything is 20 megahertz, probably it's the sine wave, but yeah, pretty useful tool also in this little guy. So I was already editing when I saw that I didn't properly show you a pretty cool function on the function generator. So I decided to do it again. Okay, what is going on? So we have a pretty cool function in here that is called capture output. It is this one, and what they say is that we can cut part of a signal to from the input to pass it to the output or the signal generator. So let's do that, and for that you select this option, the capture output, and press OK. You will have some cursors here in the screen, and just like the normal cursors you select with the left side, and you have also the right side to select. Just use auto for that, and when you are done just press OK. It takes a time to do this. It's done. And if you go here to the data browser, okay, you have in this part the pictures that you saved, the waveforms, and the captured browser. The capture browser will show you all the captures that you've done using this. So you have, I don't know if I have 2 pages already. Yeah, I have 2 pages. So this is the last one, and I want to use this one on the function generator output. For that you just press OK, and the set will go to there. Yeah, just to explain a little better, you can also select several waveforms and, for example, delete it, but we don't want that. So let's try this again. We have this one selected, and now let's get out of here and go to the function generator. On function generator, let me take you to the custom. Yeah, it's in here, and you can see on the screen the piece of waveform that I clipped and used in here. I'm just going to do an auto, and as you can see, it's a very strange waveform, but it's basically that part that I clip it in the screen. And yeah, pretty nice, this function. Let me see something different. Let me try it, for example, a ramp. in my function generator. This is stopped, I don't know why. Okay, I have a ramp on the screen. I will use this one as canvas for my data capture. No, not here. It's the other one. Okay, I want to capture, yeah, let's capture just the V, like this. Yeah, this is too fast. Okay, and auto for the other one. Or let's make it a little like this, like M. Okay, I'm fine with it. Let's save it. And now we have to go again to data browser, and yeah, captured, yeah, and there it is, the function that I used. I will set this one, and now just need to go to custom, and as you can see, we have the waveform that I just created. This is not properly an arbitrary waveform generator, but you can set on your PC software, on my case the Owen software, the waveform that you want, and copy and set it here. So yeah, it's a compromise. Okay, so I think that's it. So I think I'm only missing to show you two functions, that is the save picture and save waveform. As the name says, you press save P and it saves a picture. Let me just do here a mod, a sweep. Yeah, and okay, let's save another picture. Okay, and then we have the save waveform. I don't know how it will handle while working like this. Let's increase. Okay, and save waveform again. So where does he stores the waveforms? You have to go to the menu to see it, and you have here the data browser. Let's select. You can see that we have two pictures in the browser, or two pictures saved, and also two waveforms, and we also have the capture browser. Okay, let's see what do we have here in the captured pictures. We have both of our pictures, and we can select it with OK, and to go back just press OK again, and you are back to the browser. Okay, and when you are finished just press menu again, and you are back to the main screen. If you want to select the waveform, you can also. Let's go to data browser again, and you have here the different waveforms saved. OK again, and with this you can even apply the zoom, cursors, or whatever you want, like time or anything else. So this is a pretty cool feature, because you save all the properties of the waveform at the time you save it. So pretty nice. When you finish with this, just press return. You are back to the main menu. Okay, and that's it in terms of saving waveforms and pictures. Okay, that's it. This part is also covered. Yeah, so it is wrap-up time. I have a lot to say here, so bear with me. First and foremost, I want to start by apologizing by not being able to test this device to the maximum bandwidth. But an over 200 MHz function generator is so damn expensive. Not even on eBay I can find an accessible second-hand equipment. So 100 MHz is all I got. But let's slice this up by topics. The first one is usability. This is one of the easiest to work portable oscilloscopes that I ever worked on. The keys have space between them and are easy to press. The shortcut keys for channel 1 and channel 2 measures, function generator, and so on are really useful and a time saver. Even the keys for positioning the trigger or the trigger properties shortcut Yeah, we can resume it to a very well thought key selection and placement. Attached to this is a functional design, compact with spaces between the keys, as I told you before, so you don't press two buttons at the same time, and the anti-slip rubber cover is fantastic and provides enough protection. Second, the display, image quality and information organization on the screen. Nothing wrong to say about it, quite the opposite. The information is very well organized and it is easy to read and locate on the screen. The display is very good and it shows in the image quality. Third, functions available. It's packed with a lot of functions. Color temperature, XY mode, FFT, zoom, cursors, measurements on the screen, a 20 MHz function generator, among others. I think that in this category, the only one that has so many functions packed in is the Z-Way DSO2512G that also has TV output, but it is only 120 MHz. It isn't a digital phosphor oscilloscope and don't have the color temperature. Fourth and last, and kind of cherry on top, we have the price. I found it on AliExpress official store on the day I recorded this, without any promotion, at 135 euros, and that's something like $145. So good. FNIRSI evolved a lot in the last year, and this device shows what they learned and that they heard the users and the community. I like the fact that they announced this device as 180 MHz at -3 dB, showing that they understood that people prefer a real 180 MHz oscilloscope that 200 that doesn't reach the specs. I'm so happy with this review that even with a messed up bug in the measurements, I can't find something wrong with this equipment. Well, this is not completely true. I have two complaints to do. The first is related with the probe connectors. The probes are a bit hard to connect and harder to disconnect since this cavity where the connectors are is so tight. It's very tight, really. It should be a little bit larger, maybe to the side, I don't know. The second one is related with this user manual. Yeah, come on guys, what are you doing? You never heard that you have only one shot for making a good first impression? Yeah, I don't get it. The DSO TC3 has a manual like this one, and you pack this awesome oscilloscope with a user manual like this. Yeah, you can do better, really. I know you can. But I also know that a new user manual is being prepared and probably will be available online for download. So not even with this I can get mad. If after seeing this review you felt that this oscilloscope is for you, go for it. You'll be well served and you have the affiliate link for it in the description. Remember, by using it, you pay the same but support the channel and help me to produce more videos like this one. So thank you all for the help. If you learned something with this video, please spread the love and slap that like button, hit that bell to activate all notifications and be one of the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. That's it for today. Thank you for being with me and I hope to see you in my next video. Stay safe.